Hello everybody, my name is DeConti. Welcome back to my channel. And before I get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like on this video. My social medias will be in the description box below. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this banger because I promise y'all this is gonna be a banger. So today we'll be talking about A school, also known as accession training. Accession training is basically, training for the job that you pick at MEPS before you join the military or before you went to boot camp or just whatever the case might be. That's what accession training is. So you get to A school and the first thing you do after you check in and stuff like that is class up. You class up for your school. Classing up can take from a week to like a month. It varies on, what your rates is, but it usually doesn't really take that long when it comes to aviation rates because there's a lot of us. So that's kind of what classing up is. Once you class up, you start going to school every day at your schoolhouse or just wherever, your school is. You go to school every day, and for school, my only advice would be to study. You have to study. Like, the studying is so important when it comes to school because, once you study, and also they'll be hitting you with these tests every 2-3 days, different tests, because there's so much information to put out and they just need you to catch one really, really quick. And studying will be the only way you catch on to like at least 80% of this information. So make sure you study. And also when you study and you get top of your class, there's this wish list. Everybody gets to make a wish list and stuff like that of where you want to be stationed after A school for your contract, but there's more of a chance to, get whatever's on your wish list if you get top of your class. And the only way to get top of your class is if you study. So yes, everybody gets a wish list to, decide where they think they want to go or just wherever they want to go. For my wish list, I remember I had picked overseas and West Coast because, I wanted to go to Japan or I wanted to go just somewhere nice and stuff like that. But we're not going to talk about where I ended up because Norfolk, Virginia does not match up with overseas or West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. So that's kind of where your wish list comes in at. Sometimes you get what you want, sometimes you don't get what you want, but it's just one of those cases where it's like you get what you get and you don't throw a fit because you signed a contract. And it's funny because people be so excited to like write down whatever's on their wish list, whatever their wish list is at A school and stuff like that. But the Navy's gonna be like, yeah, you might wanna go to San Diego, but we need you out here in Washington, or we need you out here in, Jacksonville, or we need you out here in Norfolk, Virginia. So don't put too much attention into it, just let it be something that you put out there in the air, like, it would be nice for me to go to San Diego or just whatever because of this, and that. Sometimes you're not gonna get it, like 90% of the time you're not gonna get it. But through studying and being top of your class, it is more likely for you to get that. So study for A school, study. And even if you're not, trying to get top of your class, you also have to study, because if you don't study and you start failing those courses or you start failing those tests, they can kick you out of the rate. You can get dropped out of your rate and you would automatically become an undez sailor. And undez sailors, child, in the fleet, because I'm in the fleet right now, they do a lot. You never know where you're gonna go as an undez sailor. You're just all over the place. Either clean, you're basically a janitor as an undez sailor until you strike a rate. So study in A school. That's why studying is so important, because you can get dropped from your rate and just become an undez sailor anytime if you don't study and pass your test. So moving on, when it comes to freedom in A school, my advice would be, do not get caught. If you're, that underage person and you like to drink or you like to do whatever it is, do not get caught. Do not get caught. That is the only rule. That's the golden rule of A school, because there is zero tolerance when it comes to underage drinking. When it even comes to being of age and drinking, like if you're DUI, zero tolerance. They will take your pay, they will take your money, they will take your freedom. You will be on restriction. They'll hit you with that half month's pay times 2. your check every 2 weeks will literally be like $200. So, and literally no joke, dude, because in A school, everybody's E2s, E3s, E2s to E1s to E3. So imagine getting hit with that half month's pay times 2. Like, yeah, you just, if you're gonna be that person, do not get caught. Do not get caught, because they don't play. They will take your freedom. They'll take everything. They'll take everything. So that's kind of where it goes. Food in A school, I would say, especially because I went to Pensacola, Florida for A school. The food was so good out there. The food was good. Like the galley, the cooks, they were like the best people ever. They had omelets off the grill every morning, literally before school. A school would literally be like your favorite experience of the military, not even just the Navy, of the military. If you're in other branches like the Army and stuff like that. Well, I can't really speak on other branches, but for the Navy, I would say for a fact, A school will be your best experience, because all you basically do is wake up and go to school and study and like eat good food and hang out with friends and hang out with family and stuff like that. As long as you're on track in A school's like your best experience. So that's kind of where food comes in at. PT, you still have to PT every day before school. You PT with your class, but it's not that bad. You should be used to PT anyways. You just left boot camp. That's all you guys did. So PT is not that bad. You have to march, but it's not like boot camp marching. There's not going to be people in your face yelling, screaming, just telling you random stuff. You just march at your own pace, march with your, class and stuff like that. So that's kind of where that comes in at. But everything's just so much cooler in A school. Everything's so much better. We're gonna get into A school love. Do not be that person that falls in love at A school. And I'm speaking from experience. Do not be that person that finds a little boyfriend. You think you just love this person, or you just want to marry this person, because, everybody just left boot camp. You don't even remember what it feels like to actually have feelings for somebody. You're just picking up on random stuff. So A school love is not it. Don't be that person, because you don't really know these people. You don't know these people. You don't know these people. You either spent the last 2-3 months with them because you guys went to boot camp together, or, you just met them at A school because whatever. So don't be that person that gets caught lacking when it comes to love, because you can find you like a little boyfriend or a little friend, but the reason why I say it doesn't always work out in anybody's favor is because once people start getting orders and stuff like that to go to their duty stations or their first command and stuff like that, everybody just splits up. Everybody just separates. Like, I remember my friends that I had at A school, all of us literally ended up at different places. One of my friends went overseas to Japan, and these are like my best friends. So one person went overseas to Japan, the other person went to San Diego, and I ended up out here in Norfolk. So even when it comes to friendships, unless you guys are gonna keep up and stuff like that, it's not gonna work. And then just imagine adding love over that. It's not gonna work, it's not. So just save it for when you get to your first duty station, your first command, whatever, then you start, finding boyfriend, girlfriends and stuff like that. But once again, that is just my opinion on that. You can go ahead and do whatever you want, because it's your freedom, it's your life, whatever. That's just my opinion. So yeah, we already talked about A school love, and I kind of want to get into financials when it comes to A school, because people blow a lot of money in A school. A lot of people, I would say like 60% of the Navy of recruits right now are getting a big amount of, sign-on bonuses, whether it's 15,000, 20,000, 30,000, shit, 50,000. And a lot of people tend to want to spend that money in A school, or just tend to spend that money in A school. And it's like you're stuck on a base, or you're just doing whatever. So make sure you keep up with your financials, because you're not even in the Navy yet. And, you don't know what to expect at your first command or at your first duty station. So don't blow all that money at A school. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say about Navy A school. As you can see, A school is gonna be simple. It's gonna be like the best time of your military career. You're just chilling, going to school, studying and stuff like that. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. My social medias will be down below in the description box. And thank you guys for watching today.